Hello and welcome to our second part of our broker selling series, Retaining Your Book of Business. My name is Erin Ackenheil. I own Blackpoint Insurance. At Blackpoint, we help Medicare beneficiaries learn about the A, B, C's, and D's of Medicare, and we help agents and brokers nationwide learn to launch, grow, and retain their businesses. So today's hot topic is all about broker selling and retaining your book, especially at crazy times like open enrollment where it gets hectic and we want to make sure that we're not losing any business as we look to grow our book as well. And so the focus today is all going to be about retaining your book and how you can really have a solid base of your enrollment while continuing to grow and gain referrals. So it's really a hand-in-hand operation. We'll be taking questions in the chat. We're also doing a live broadcast on Facebook or LinkedIn. If you need part of the Encore edition, it'll also be on YouTube. Please feel free to share with anybody where it be relevant, to give us a comment or a like or subscription. That is always very, very helpful. So let's go ahead and get started. First, we're going to do a little Blackpoint commercial. Who is Blackpoint? What does it mean to work with Blackpoint in the Medicare space? And how does that kind of relationship work? Then we're going to talk a little bit about the sales cycle. The sales cycle is actually where retention begins in the Medicare space. So if you do a good job in the sales cycle and build a really strong rapport and relationship, not only are you going to retain that client, but you're also going to set the stage to grow on a referral basis ongoing. And then we're going to talk about a high-touch retention strategy. One time somebody told me, you're pulling clients to you versus pushing them away. It's taking you a lot more time. And that is exactly right. We want to put the time in, pulling our clients towards us so that we can keep them retained, happy, satisfied, getting the most out of their benefits, and creating and establishing a world where they're giving us referrals. And then, of course, anytime throughout, guys, if you have questions, please put them in the chat box, and I'll be sure to address those. But for now, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, all right, well. Let's add that retention banner, and you'll see our technology at work here. So let's get started with this. So first off, a little bit about Blackpoint, who we are and what we do. So my name is Erin Ackenheil. I've been in the Medicare business for many years, and I own Blackpoint Insurance. And Blackpoint is essentially a general agency where we help actual Medicare beneficiaries with their plans and their process, but we also are very focused on helping other brokers in their communities to grow and build their books of business. And we're able to do that and support you through what we call an FMO umbrella. And there's a lot of confusion out there, even for myself, when I first came from a carrier side into a private broker side of how it works, and a lot of fear about getting help and having my business potentially attached to an agency and making sure that I'm protected to keep my business for the long haul. I quickly learned that this is absolutely 100% the way to go to get support on training, marketing, helping you with things like compliance or questions. It is a super helpful and smart way to go as long as you choose a good partner. So how it works is at Blackpoint, I provide local market strategy support for all of my agents. Everyone that works with me gets access to a CRM tool where they can keep their client data, can manage leads. We also provide leads to them through this system. We provide extensive training, local market product training. We can also assist with understanding how the rules work and compliance and marketing, just really helping round it out and give you that back office support. We can really help you build your business. Also, getting focused on your local market, what's going to work in your area, having someone to bounce ideas off of to make sure you're getting the most of your business. So really having a local support arm, because most of us as brokers, we're just independent. We don't have that back office team, and that's what Blackpoint is able to provide. Now, we do this under an umbrella. So we work with Van Berg and Associates, which is a California-based FMO, field marketing organization. We're part of a bigger nationwide picture where we work directly with the carriers to be able to have those contracts. And so what happens is you keep 100% of your commission when you work with an upline like Blackpoint, but you gain all the support, all the access to the tools that are very helpful in growing your business. Van Berg takes it a step further. They have a whole contracting department, an entire marketing team that can build materials for you. There's a library of materials you can use. They do app processing, and they even have an enrollment tool that I love, which helps you do all of your scopes of appointments and all of your enrollments, all free of charge working with us. So it's a big deal. And while we carry the contracts with all the major carriers, we can help you to really grow your business. So a lot of people like working with us. I personally like to work with like-minded people that are into providing top-notch customer service to their clients. And that's what we really choose to partner with, is people who are like-minded, want to grow their business in what I would call the right way. So let's jump into the content today. Let's talk a little bit about the Medicare sales cycle, where retention begins. So before you even get a client, there's a really circular process in terms of growing your business and doing it in a high-touch manner that really helps you to grow your business. It's a big deal, and you really want to make sure that you're touching the client in multiple times. A lot of times people will say, oh, they can go get the Medicare at medicare.gov, and I can just send them the materials and they can study it themselves, or I can just send them a link to enroll. That's up to you how you want to run your business. Personally, what I have experienced is a high-touch model works a lot better, where you show your importance and you provide them extra support to make sure that that relationship is solid and built for you. Now, it never is a perfect world out there, but when it is, you start with the first part of the sales cycle. So they're calling in, you're booking the first step. Maybe you have a website, maybe it's a phone call, maybe it's a referral. But one goal is to get everybody possible into a Medicare 101. Some of you do those face-to-face, pie and coffee. At Blackpoint Insurance, we mostly do these virtually. Thanks to COVID, it was a good, solid part of our growth was being able to move these to a Zoom format. It makes it easy to touch a lot of people in a lot of places at one time. The Medicare 101 is all about why you. Why are you special? What distinguishes you from all the other potential agents or carriers they could be working with? Hi, Jerron. So what makes you special and makes you available to them? What kind of service are you going to provide? What experience do you have? How are you going to streamline and make the process easier? So this is why you can't just go to medicare.gov. They've got to come to you, because otherwise they're not building that relationship. So the number one thing you're achieving out of a Medicare 101 is why you. Then your goal is not to sell, it's to educate. What are the A, B, C's, and D's? Who is it appropriate to sign up? Is it possible they could be waiting on their Medicare? You are in a very neutral manner explaining to them how it all works without a goal of necessarily personal gain. You're going to get personal gain out of it, but really what you're trying to get out of the 101 is education to them. A, B, C's, and D's. Is it appropriate for them to sign up for Medicare? If it is, what type of plan type makes most sense for their situation? Are they more of a Medicare Supplement Part D buyer, or are they more of a Medicare Advantage buyer? So you're helping to streamline that and let them walk out of that meeting having a pretty good idea if they need to take Medicare, and if they do, what type of plan option they want to cover the gaps in Medicare. So that's how they should be walking out of the 101. You're always selling the next step in the process. And the next step typically to a Medicare 101 is the pre-assessment. Now, when I started my business, people told me I was crazy. This is going to take too much time. It's not going to work, right? Putting all this time into people who might not even buy, you're crazy. Why would you do that? And really what I found is it wasn't crazy to do a pre-assessment appointment. Essentially what it meant was we were going to have a 30-minute phone call with each person. And in that 30-minute phone call, what our goal was out of that, there we go. What our goal was out of that is to really help evaluate their personal situation. So they got the 101, they got the overview, you've got your compliance out of the way, you've got Part D in its entirety. You're going in there and you're talking about, what about you? You're helping them with all the steps. Do you need to take Medicare? If you do, how? How much is it going to cost you based on your situation? Based on what you heard, what do you think the potential plan types that you're most interested in? Are you a MedSup Part D combination? Are you a Part C? Should we gather your prescriptions and gather your physician information so we can do further research when the time comes to buy? So all of these steps are really important. Now, one of the cool things if you're working with us as a broker is you have access to our Salesforce tool. And in Salesforce, we actually have templates for every situation that a person could have at a pre-assessment. Maybe they're a late retiree and they just need to sign up for Part B and they need the employer form to verify that, and they need all the steps just to enroll in Part B. Maybe they're going to be a late retiree. They're turning 65, but it's more appropriate for them to stay on their employer group coverage at work. If that's the case, no problem. We've got a template for that. All the things they need to confirm with the employer to make sure that they are protected and don't face a delay or penalty later on. Boom. If it's time for them to enroll in Medicare, here's the link, here's the cost, here's a preview of potential plan options you might be interested in, and most importantly, the next step. And the next step after a pre-assessment for somebody who is appropriate to take Medicare is a plan review, and we often combine plan review and enrollment meeting. This can be done face-to-face, it can be done virtually on Zoom, whatever method works for your business. And a plan review and enrollment meeting is a benefits discussion. So you need to be sure that in advance of this appointment, you're getting a scope of appointment to discuss Part D and Medicare Advantage plan. You can use our Sunfire tool to capture all of your scopes of appointments. It automatically retains it for the 10 years for you. And you can do it generically enough that you have a broad scope of what you can discuss. All Advantage plans, all Part D plans in that area. So a benefits discussion can be virtual or face-to-face. I feel like I might bust into dance there. I'm muting each of you as we go. But that's what the benefit discussion is all about. A lot of people say, well, how is this part of retention? Well, right now, I've had a 1-hour Medicare 101 where they've seen me face-to-face and they see how wonderful I am. I've had a 30-minute private appointment with them where I've customized to their situation what their needs are. If it's not appropriate for them to buy, I've told them. If it is appropriate, I've told them. And now I'm spending another hour with them to do a benefits discussion. A lot of people say this takes a lot of time. I say that's time well spent because it's going to create a solid sale, a solid person who wants to work with you. And then finally, it's the enrollment. And the enrollment is all about completing the paperwork. And don't forget the post-enrollment steps. The post-enrollment steps is, again, we have templated emails. Here's where you set up an online account. Here's the bonus features associated with that plan, over-the-counter benefits, dental, vision, all the perks. Make sure you have these templated emails all available. So when someone signs up for a particular product, you're just shooting it right off to them. Here's all the things that you can take advantage of as a member. If you don't think it makes a difference, you'd be wrong, because it makes a huge difference in retaining that client overall in the end to make sure that they're satisfied with you. You provided them top-notch service. You provided them the post-enrollment tools that maximizes the most they can possibly get out of their plan or product. It really is a big deal. And you've also solidified that relationship that they want to send friends or family to you to help you with that process. So now let's start getting into the retention activities. Some of them are going to seem really obvious. Some will be less obvious. But the first thing you want to do after you enroll a new client is to give thanks. And by thanks, I say a personal thank you card. It takes 5 minutes for you to write out a thank you card. I'm so glad I'm working with you. If you need anything at all, contact me. Personally, I don't use the thank you card as a big opportunity to say, gee, if you have any referrals, send them my way. Because I've already established that in the way that I've treated them and talked to them. I don't need to keep being redundant in saying the words. I'm saying I'm always growing my business. I work in all the states. If you or any of your family needs help, I'm always offering that. But in this thank you card, it's not about me, it's about them. And how many times in your day in life right now do you get a handwritten thank you card? It's a big deal. And Medicare beneficiaries appreciate it. Most of them lived in a time where handwritten thank you cards were a thing, right? So just writing an email is better than nothing, but a handwritten thank you card is a nice touch and is definitely the first stop into retaining your business. The second thing you want to do, and we have this all set up in our Salesforce system as well, is you want to confirm the enrollment. We typically schedule a thank you the day following an enrollment appointment. A confirm enrollment is typically about a week later. In the confirm enrollment, you're basically looking up to make sure that their planned product or products have been approved. What is their new member ID number? Has everything gone through smoothly? You'd be surprised how many brokers actually miss this step, miss their commission, and beneficiaries miss their enrollment altogether. It's a big deal to confirm the enrollment. It's also good for you because you want them to confirm so that you can get paid your commission and create a good experience for them. So basically, it's a templated email. This is you from your company, just letting you know that your application has been approved for this carrier and product. Here's your ID number. Plan materials are coming shortly, and reminding them of any next steps. Maybe this is a situation where they need to cancel their current coverage. At Blackpoint, we have several different templates created, MA to MA, new to Medicare, MedSup to MedSup, whatever the change may be. We're using this opportunity to build trust, and it really does lead to retention. And as a bonus, referrals, because once you show that you provide top-notch service and help them every step of the way, guess what? They want to send family and friends your direction. Never miss a chance to show how much you care. Don't forget, it's their birthday. Do you know how many seniors approach us at Blackpoint and say that we were the only birthday card that they received and how much they appreciated us thinking about them? Not just a birthday email, better than nothing, a birthday email, but a birthday card shows how much you care. You're thinking about them, you're getting in touch with them, and don't forget to think about them when they have other situations in life. Obviously, a birthday is going to happen for everybody each year, but sometimes you've heard from them. They said they're sick or in the hospital. Maybe a family member has passed away. Something's gone on with them. It takes 5 minutes to write a thank you, to get a get well soon card, a sympathy card, or a birthday card. Every time you have an opportunity to do it, it's worth the little touch to show how much you care. It's a personal relationship. And it's not you asking for something, but guess what? When you behave like this, you gain. You gain personally because you feel good, and you gain in referrals because you've made other people feel good. That experience helps you to grow your business. Now, open enrollment is coming. The annual election period is October 15th to December 7th. That's the opportunity for your clients to add or change drug coverage or add or change advantage plans. They are getting messages from everywhere, from carriers, from other brokers, from FMOs. You need to protect your book. And the best way to protect your book is by doing a great job preparing your clients for the season, making sure they're squared away, and don't take for granted that they're just going to stay with you, because plenty of people will leave you during this period if you don't take care of them. What's key is being prepared. So one of the important things is to have a good database management where you're keeping track of your clients. Maybe some clients have reached out throughout the year. They've had trouble with a prescription or a doctor. You know that they're high risk and they need an additional touch at open enrollment. But all of your clients need some sort of touch at AEP. One of the things we do at Blackpoint for all of our clients is we do a 2-touch program beginning in August. So in August, they get a mail piece, direct mail to their door, and they get an email that just says open enrollment is coming. It's time to start thinking about preparing to potentially make a change if you need to. And so one of the things we want to do is start collecting in August, before the enrollment materials are even available, any prescriptions that have changed, if they've had any trouble with their plan, has it working just great, gathering information and helping to prioritize amongst your clients who really needs a checkup and wants to change, who's pretty happy if everything stays as it is, and who wouldn't change at all. By bucketing them, you can prioritize your time and you can get ready for the season. The benefit is that every single one of those clients got that touch point with you. Every single one of those clients knows how much you care. And every single one of those clients is going to know if they have a friend or relative who's confused during that season, they can send you new business to your direction. So it's a triple win. It's something you definitely want to get going on early before the benefits information is even available. October 1st, it's game day. Time to start communicating about the benefit changes to your clients. October 1st to October 14th, there's no selling. You can't sell until October 15th. But as of October 1st, you can start communicating with your clients and others about what the benefits are with certain carriers. This is your opportunity to address all the situations that you pre-gathered information on over the summer, towards the end of the summer. So first, you're going to have your high-risk clients that you know either told you they weren't happy with their drug coverage, or in all the pre-announcements with the carriers, you've identified that as high risk. Some carrier goes from a $20 premium to an $80 premium. You know that client is going to need a high touch. You're going to need to help them through this process. So you have a combination of the people who've been identified as at risk, and you have the people who've told you that their plan's not working for them. Between October 1st and October 14th, you can do a preview of information for those clients. I looked up your medications, Erin, and it looks like a new plan option is best for your situation. Here's what your old plan looks like. Here's what the new potential option looks like. If you'd like to switch, I can send you a scope of appointment and we can do the application after October 15th. So you put that up front. You can do that on templated emails. If it's a really high-risk client that you haven't heard, you can make a phone call, but it really streamlines the process. For everybody else, your clients that have not been identified as high risk, that doesn't have prescription changes, and their plan stayed pretty neutral year over year, you just send them a template that says, here's your old plan last year, here's what it looks like this year, not a lot of changes. You're good to stay put. You don't need to do anything unless you tell me differently. Something's going on, a new medication or a concern with the plan. You've touched absolutely everybody. You've done it in a templated format that's easy to do. And the higher risk people have been identified, been provided top service. And when it's appropriate, you've recommended a plan change that will begin on October 15th. So this is really your opportunity to send that 2023 materials, identify your high risk groups, and provide previews of information. It's October 15th. It's time to start making switches. Don't switch them for no reason. If they're happy with their plan, let them stay. It's okay to stay put and to enjoy your plan coverage for another year if it's still working well for you. But if a plan change is appropriate, or they think a plan change might be appropriate, you need to get a permission slip, a scope of appointment. Now, our tool that we use in-house, hopefully you have as convenient of a tool available to you. It's all electronic. We can literally email a scope or text a scope. They open it with a 6-digit code, type their name, submit it back. You sign it electronically. It's stored for 10 years. Very easy. You can do all of these, prepare them in the 10-1 through 10-14 period for the appointments you're booking after the 15th. So you have your scope of appointment all squared away. No paper, no scanning, no mailing. It's easy. Most of your clients either have a cell phone or a computer, and they can very easily sign the scope of appointment. You're going to have that rare exception, but it's really easy to do. This takes care of all of your compliance. You already know what you want to do in terms of enrollment. So between October 15th and December 7th, you're doing that enrollment. And of course, don't forget the steps of a sales process. Even though it's a client you've already had, you're still going to confirm that enrollment, make sure it goes through for them. And now October 7th is come and went. You've got everybody confirmed. You've done your new enrollments. You're ready to roll for the next calendar year. Always take the opportunity to wish them a happy holiday season. Can be happy holidays. I usually don't do a Thanksgiving card because it's too busy. Still open enrollment time. You can do New Year's if that's what you want. If you're a Merry Christmas person, this is just a high touch point. You want to say hello to them. So whatever holiday you like to celebrate, or if you just want to be grateful to them for sticking with you for the next calendar year, send them a note of gratitude, send them a happy holiday, send them a happy new year. Don't miss the opportunity to reach out. It's important, and it just shows how much you care and are willing to do anything for them. All right, first of the year rolls around, you're done, right? Nope, not quite. First of the year, October 1st through March 31st, is the OEP, the open enrollment period. This is the enrollment period, not for your MedSup Part D combination people, but this is the open enrollment period for people who are on a Part C Medicare Advantage plan. They have a special election period called the OEP, open enrollment period, from January 1st through March 31st to make a one-time change if they're not happy with their Advantage plan. This is not a time to actively market and try to move people from one Medicare Advantage plan to the other. It is a time to protect your book of business, because if any of your clients are having concerns with their product, this is right when you're going to lose them as a member. So you want to make sure you're taking care of them, make sure it's all working well, and provide them with the best possible service. A great thing to do during the OEP is just to educate people. This is an additional enrollment period. If you need to make a change, you can. If you're happy, you don't need to do anything. Oh, by the way, I wanted to remind you that your plan has over-the-counter benefits, or I wanted to remind you that your plan has a dental benefit. Here's how it works. Most often, people don't always use all the benefits available to them, so I wanted you to give this reminder. And you're going to get a lot of emails back that say, I'm very happy with my plan. Thank you so much for signing me up. Thank you for reminding me about the dental. I'm so grateful. And then you'll get that occasional note where someone says, you know what, I wasn't able to pick up my prescription. And you can escalate that service concern and take care of them. Staying in touch with your clients makes them loyal. It makes them want to work with you. And guess what? It makes them want to refer their husband, wife, neighbor, cousin to you to help you grow your business. So that's all I have for today. We didn't have a ton of questions in the chat box, but I think I addressed what I could. Again, my name is Erin Ackenheil. I do free trainings every 2 weeks right now we're in the middle of our selling skills. So it's retaining, growing new business, how to overcome objections, presentation training, that type of thing is happening now. I also did a Medicare 101 series a couple months ago, the A, B, C's, and D's, understanding Medigap. All of those are available on my YouTube channel. The YouTube is under Blackpoint. Please go under Blackpoint, look for that on YouTube, and subscribe to my channel. You'll get a note when a new training has been published. So if you missed the live version, you can see the encore edition. That also helps me grow. So I appreciate that. I'm always happy to help you, and you can help me as well by subscribing to my YouTube channel. I'm also on Facebook under Erin Ackenheil and Blackpoint. Become my friend, go on there. I do Medicare, weekly Medicare tips called the Medicare Minute. So you can look at those. I do a segment on being an entrepreneur. So you can look at that and see how to grow your business from a business standpoint, not just a Medicare standpoint. And I also have a really fun show called This is 65, where we feature clients on our plan that are entrepreneurs, side hustlers, volunteers that are doing cool things in the community. We have a lot of great interviews on there, and I really welcome you to listen in. So I just want to appreciate everybody's time today. Certainly, if you'd like to work with Blackpoint as your upline, I would be happy to discuss that with you and partner with you and have you in as part of our fold. If you just want to listen into the trainings, that's okay too, but please spread the word, tell friends, and make sure that they're also subscribing so they can take advantage of all the trainings. Just want to thank everybody for your time today and welcome you to have a great day, and be in touch if you need anything at all. Goodbye, everybody.